been such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend for so many, many reasons. I think one of the wonderful things for the students in this group right now, for those of you that are used to coming to the honors events, maybe they're district bands, maybe they're county bands, state bands, whatever they are, you're used to seeing a lot more people on stage than what you see here. But when you think about it, this group doesn't sound any softer. And in a lot of ways, this group sounds a whole lot better. There is a wonderful opportunity that arises when you get to play in a smaller group. And these are my favorite groups to conduct. They are my absolute favorite. As the numbers were coming in and we were finding out who was going to be where and everything like that, I was delighted. And the reason is because it puts so much responsibility on each one of these students. If you don't know your part, you don't have 8 other people in your section to know it for you. You might have one more. And in some cases, there is no other one. If you don't know your part, it doesn't get heard. There's so much ownership in this. It's truly amazing. And I think when you think about it on that level, you realize how capable each one of these students is in this group. And I know some people say, oh, well, there are some college students involved in there. And that is true. But college students make up well less than a quarter of this group. So you are hearing high school students. Regardless of what you think you see, that's what you are hearing. And it is a tremendous accomplishment for all of them, considering that they pretty much saw the music for the first time yesterday morning. It really is. And a special note to those on stage. I told you that I've enjoyed this, but there's a great amount of respect that I have acquired for all of you. And that is not only because you're great musicians, clearly that's demonstrated, but the way you conduct yourselves in rehearsal, the way you conduct yourselves outside of rehearsal, says so much that you have no idea. And having the joy of being in the hotel room with a bunch of people running around like crazy people, because it's, all the football games happening and everything. And so I guess they train by running around like maniacs in the hotel room. And so to see that kind of poise is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So first of all, a huge thank you to everybody on stage, because you deserve it big time. I also want to tell you a very quick story, because I think it's very appropriate. Here is a situation where there was nothing. There was no honor band, and something was created out of nothing. A lot of you may just kind of instinctively take that for granted and say, oh, good, we have an honor band. But you have to remember that in a lot of other places, there's lots of somethings that are being turned into nothing. And so it's important that you support your sons, your daughters, your friends, anybody that's up here. Because I, 2 years ago, got a commission from a group in Chicago. Clearly, there's nothing wrong with music in Chicago. It's such a hotbed for the arts. Chicago Symphony. They won a grant because they had done so well with their music program. They won a grant to commission a new piece of music, which was going to be the highlight of the year for these, which happened to be sixth grade. What a wonderful opportunity. About 2 weeks before I began that commission, I got a phone call from the band director, and he told me, he said, well, due to a perfect storm, and a little too much, or a little too little, too late, and even though it's not going to affect the grant because it's coming from a separate source, we want to let you know that we just found out that at the end of this year, our band program is getting cut. So what became the highlight of the year now became the last performance of the year. And they proceeded to cut music for those students in 6th grade, and 7th grade, and 8th grade. So, congratulations, kids. We're going to do a world premiere, and then pack up your instruments. We'll see you in 3 years, if you decide to ever play again. These things are happening. They're happening everywhere, and so it touches my heart when I see new things happening. And when I see the support, and when I see what's happening up here on stage, it is truly amazing, and they deserve every bit of support that we can get. So just keep that in mind. The second that you take it for granted is the second they try to take it away. And I don't want to take this away from them. And I hope they don't want it taken away, because they certainly don't play like they do. So keep that in mind, because they deserve it. I want to give a huge thank you to Washburn University, and I would be very remiss if I didn't thank my dear friend and incredible musician, great conductor, and certainly you can see what he's doing here at Washburn, Mr. Mark Norman. I know he's back there somewhere, but I want to thank him. He told me I'd get a raise if I did the ultra. Anyway, we're going to conclude the piece, the concert, with one of my pieces called Arabian Dances. And it's actually based on several original tunes, and you're going to hear a lot of very ethnic percussion. I don't know if you guys have it back there, but we have these darbukas. You can just show one of those to the audience so they can know what they're hearing. Okay? These are kind of goblet drums, and they're very characteristic of Middle Eastern sound. We also have a shekere back there. That's the shaky thing. Yeah, that thing. Alright. They're very, very cool. You can also wear it if you were so indulged. And then we have all kinds of things. We have frame drums, tom-tom parts, egg shakers, all kinds of things that really kind of indulge in the style. It is based on one original melody and two that are already written folk songs. The original is you'll hear it opening by me, and it's the very beginning chorale, and that's set to the other two. And then it opens with Alla Dolona, and that is featured with the piccolo and the oboe, and it's a very traditional song. And then it follows later on with a tune called Tafta Hindi, and these are all very prevalent in the Middle East region. And so I thought it was a great way to tie all this together and give the percussion plenty of stuff to do, because we didn't want them to be bored, because we know when the percussion gets bored, they start throwing things. We don't want that. So without any further ado, I want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you for supporting what's going on here. It means a lot, not just to Washburn, but to people like me.